In 2025, the latest horror film, The Power of Darkness, is also based on the real exorcism case back then. The scariest thing is that it also gathered 12 disciples of Jesus. The story begins with two girls coming to their father's grave at midnight. They take out a pre-prepared ghost doll from their pockets. As soon as the two read some secret words, the ghost doll instantly turned, 180 degrees towards Kayla behind them. "Dad, please separate Mom from that evil man." Just at this time, the manager of the cemetery appeared. Afraid of being found, he immediately took the doll and left the scene. But when Kayla and the others returned to the car to talk, they did not find that there was an APO in the rearview mirror. When they returned home, Kayla encountered the legendary ghost hitting the wall. Looking at the sleeping mother on the sofa, she lifted the quilt and turned around to prepare to return to her room on the second floor. Suddenly, the mother's figure appeared again. Until now, he still thinks it's his own eyes. He didn't hesitate at all and ran back to the room. He took out the weird doll he brought back from the cemetery. The next morning, he threw it away in the garbage bin at the door. After he left, the doll looked like it had a life. The girl who came to school with him last night looked terrible, and there was a trace of blood on her neck. The girl said she didn't care if she didn't sleep well. But when she came home from school, she found that her mother was still with the old man next door. She ran back to the room with a grudge. Jingji was looking at the picture of the family at the end of the bed, and suddenly found the doll that was thrown out yesterday. Seeing this scene, Kaylee was also scared to death, so he picked up the doll again and threw it into the garbage bin at the door. As soon as he put it down, a few thunderbolts flashed in the sky. That night, there was an inexplicable thunderclap, and with the thunder, Piao killed him again and found Kayla asleep. The mother was also woken up by her daughter's scream. When she ran to Kayla's room, she could only see her daughter saying something in front of the wall. After experiencing her mother's strong call, Kayla gradually woke up from the confusion. From that day on, Kayla will undergo a huge change, and an inexplicable bruise will appear on her body. The state of the whole person is very bad, and the sound of death is still heard from time to time. As expected, that girl Apiao has always been by her side, waiting for her to see that she was actually a female teacher in the school. She returned to the classroom and found that her classmate had disappeared. It turned out that her best friend was found by her mother and hanged on the beam. So the school board called her to the office to ask questions. In the end, Kayla told the truth about what happened that night. On the way to the cemetery with two teachers driving, Kayla inexplicably made an evil smile and immediately began to hit the car glass with a small skull. "You are a hypocrite. You are from a tomb. Were you able to use it?" So the teacher took him to the school's Taoist school. The old man told him that only a priest could help him. At this moment, he was helping a boy to get rid of the demon. He is the only priest in the Taoist school who has the ability to get rid of demons, and the magic power is not comparable to that of ordinary demons. When he woke up, he couldn't control his body at all. He committed suicide like crazy in class. Not long after, Kira's mother was also invited to the school. Because of the exorcism ceremony, she had to get permission from her family. The next day, she went to Kira's house with her father-in-law. Then she took out all the magic weapons to deal with the devil. Then she put on the purple shawl for exorcism. Immediately, she chanted a spell to summon the devil in her body. Unfortunately, she waited for a long time and still had nothing. Unfortunately, the father-in-law took out a bottle of holy oil again. He put a cross on Kira's skull. There was a reaction in an instant. The lights in the room began to flicker. Yanchu used force to stop the devil from kneeling on the battlefield, and immediately threw the holy water out of the suitcase and poured it on him. This is how he got a brief injury. However, when it was halfway through, the mother heard the sound of Kayla begging for help and broke in. She picked up the holy water on the ground and threw it to Thomas on the side. In the end, the three of them drove the demon out. The boyfriend who got the news the day before yesterday thought that Kira was pretending to be a ghost on purpose. The purpose is to drive him away from his mother. You trust this guy more than me, right? Denise, I brought you here to discuss, not like this, Denise. Under the choice of the old king and his daughter, the mother, of course, chose her family. In this way, the old king next door turned around and left. Jingji took her daughter to the cemetery to visit her ex-husband. After returning for Kayla, the mother took off the proposal ring that the old king gave her. Unknowingly, the evil spirit did not leave her. She stopped the old priest on the way home. But the strange thing is that when the priest walked into the car and fell down directly, when the priest put him back in the car and was ready to take him to the hospital, the evil spirit slowly showed up. The next day, the old priest did not die for it. Through what happened last night, He found out that Kayla's evil spirit was not just one, but a group of demons. In order to summon the spirit of the dead, Kayla attracted the disciples of Lucifer. Dagal is a disciple of Lucifer. He is the devil of hell. I am afraid that there are other Lucifer's disciples who haunt Kayla. And usually the last one to be left is the one who was killed. The lives of my mother can be threatened, or both. This means that the last evil spirit in her body is the strongest. She locked her mother in the living room in the way of Jesus. Just when the mother and daughter were having fun at home, Thomas used the bell to temporarily suppress the evil spirit in her body with the box for exorcism. When they came downstairs, they found that there was no one down there. The evil spirit jumped into the swimming pool in the yard. The last evil spirit has completely controlled Tyra's body. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I forbid you. It looks like he's pretty good, but he still can't compete with the deity. He can only be confused by Thomas's dead daughter-in-law. At the time of his awakening, the evil spirit lifted him up like a chicken. The old woman lying in the hospital seemed to feel it too. So she got off the bed and knelt in front of the cross and prayed sincerely. Thomas, who was really far away in Kerala, stood up. He picked up the cross of Jesus and pressed it against the head of the evil spirit. This time, Thomas learned to be smart and closed his eyes the whole time. In this way, the evil spirit was completely expelled from the body of Kira. The black water that was forced into the body of Kira also vomited out. I feel that if it were not for the change of the case of the real exorcist in Indonesia, the technology of Indonesia's treasure would not have been so stable. In the end, Thomas inherited the clothes of the old priest and became an exorcist.